Tonight, the storm system hitting now several major airports and up I-95 right through New York City tonight. We also have breaking news on the hostages coming in now. First tonight, with millions of Americans traveling for Thanksgiving, this major storm sweeping across the country. Heavy rain, snow, and damaging winds bringing travel nightmares for some. Ginger Z tracking it all. And Trevor Ault tonight on the travel picture. Also tonight, Israel's war with Hamas and the breaking developments involving the hostages tonight. Is there a deal to release up to 50 hostages, potentially releasing women and children? How soon could they be freed? And as part of this deal, will the Red Cross get access to the hostages who will remain in captivity? Matt Gutman in Israel with late reporting for us. Here in the U.S., the Israel war bringing heightened alerts for this Thanksgiving holiday right here at home. From the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City to events across the country. What authorities are now saying tonight and what the NYPD just put out about the parade. Senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky standing by. Tonight, the U.S. launching a deadly strike in retaliation for a missile attack, wounding several U.S. troops in Iraq. Arthur Raditz with late reporting. The U.S. Navy plane overshooting the runway in Hawaii, ending up in the water. What happened? The gunman opening fire inside a Walmart, wounding several people before turning the gun on himself. Body camera video tonight showing officers in pursuit right through that store. And there is news this evening on a possible motive now. The large oil spill off the U.S. coast tonight, more than 1 million gallons of crude oil. The mystery dog illness spreading across the U.S., more than 200 cases reported in just one state alone. What to look for? We remember a major league great tonight. And America Strong this evening, just in time for Thanksgiving, perhaps the best gift of all, sitting right there at that table. This is incredible.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night with Thanksgiving just about here. So is this storm system tonight, just as millions try to make it home. Moving from the west into the south and now the east coast getting hit at this hour. From Atlanta to Charlotte, Washington, D.C., right up through New York City and then Boston, making traveling a real challenge for millions tonight. The sprawling storm on the move, heavy rain and gusting winds across the southeast for a time, then up the east coast, right into the northeast, potentially damaging winds, rain and snow in some places before this is over. At least 5 reported tornadoes in the past 24 hours. This massive cloud right here stretching across the horizon in Chopin, Louisiana. In Faraday, Louisiana, driving rain. Look at this, blowing winds, damaging hail. Multiple accidents on I-75. This is East Tennessee. Traffic backed up in the heavy rain this afternoon. Meantime, nearly 50,000 flights scheduled just for today alone. Anxious travelers scanning the airport monitors all day, and now this moves right up the I-95 corridor tonight, right into New York City and, of course, the Northeast. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z leading us off tonight, timing it out for us. Hey, Ginger, good to see you.
Hey, David, great to see you. I got a chance to fly right over that storm, feel the turbulence, and then see the roads. And yes, this storm is disruptive, if anything else. The rain and wind from here down to the Florida Panhandle. And just moments ago, David, we had a tornado warning west of Dothan, Alabama, potentially doing some damage. So there's still some oomph in this system, especially in the southern part. If you're anywhere from South Carolina to North Carolina, you're still in it. Atlanta will start to dry out after the line passes now. But let's go ahead and time it out kind of hour by hour and tell you when those windows to not travel are, just in case you wanted to hit the road. I-95 is not great. From Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia tonight through early tomorrow morning. New York City still raining until about 7 a.m. Then it clears out. Boston, though, you've got to wait. The morning's going to be rough. It's going to be blustery. It's going to be rainy until about noon. Everybody except far northern New England is going to end up drying out. Even some snow, though, in those high elevations of the Green and White Mountains. And I got to tell you, David, the cold that comes in after this, there's going to be wind chills in the 20s and 30s. That's a chilly turkey trot.
For sure. The Thanksgiving dinner is going to help with that, though, and the leftovers, too, Ginger. Thank you.
Yes.
This is expected, by the way, to be one of the busiest Thanksgiving weeks for travel in decades, and these storms already having an impact tonight. Trevor Ault now on that part of the story.
Tonight, that powerful cross-country storm now slamming the east as millions are on the move. Crashes bringing traffic to a standstill on I-75 in East Tennessee.
We're looking for about 1 to 2.5 inches of rain. Maybe some of the heaviest rain will be over I-95.
Overnight, 5 reported tornadoes ripping through the south. Parts of Mississippi and Louisiana inundated with torrential rain, hail, and high winds. That weather system now threatening major airports from Atlanta and Charlotte up to New York City and Boston.
This plane is getting set to take off for Charlotte, but with all these huge crowds and the severe weather, every airline is going to be challenged.
The FAA hoping to reduce delays and cancellations, opening up airspace usually reserved for the military. More than 3,000 flights delayed, more than 60 canceled across the country so far.
And David, traffic is crawling here in Brooklyn, and the weather's going to get even worse overnight. Torrential rain, and across the Northeast, wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. It means we could also see some power outages. David?
All right, Trevor Ault with us again tonight. Trevor, thank you. We turn to the other major news this Tuesday night, and there is breaking news as we're on the air here in the West involving Israel's war with Hamas. The breaking developments at this hour involving the hostages. We have learned that a tentative deal has now been reached to free a number of hostages held in Gaza. Families on an emotional roller coaster here, waiting to hear whether their loved ones could be among those coming home, including the family of this 3-year-old American, Abigail Moridan. Her parents were killed in the terror attack. It's believed she could be among those freed. And tonight, another major question. Will the Red Cross, will authorities have access to the hostages that remain to check on their health? ABC's Matt Gutman in Israel tonight.
Tonight, after 46 days of agony, top Israeli officials approving a deal to free more hostages held by Hamas. That tentative plan includes the release of about 50 of the 236 hostages, civilian women and children, in exchange for a 4-day pause in fighting and the release of about 150 Palestinian prisoners held in Israel. The Red Cross will also be given access to the hostages who remain in Gaza. But Prime Minister Netanyahu tonight vowing the war will not stop until every hostage is freed, saying we are at war and we will continue the war until we achieve all our objectives. Netanyahu also thanking President Biden for his help. At least 10 Americans are still missing, including 3-year-old Abigail Moridan, orphaned and kidnapped by Hamas. She's the youngest American held hostage, and tonight, a U.S. official confirming she's expected to be released. Abigail's parents were killed when Hamas terrorists stormed Kibbutz Kfar Aza. Tonight, Abigail's family hopeful but skeptical.
Until we actually see Abigail and other children come out of Gaza, I really don't think I can go to that place where I will let myself really believe that she's free. We all pray that this release will happen and that Abigail will actually be home to celebrate her 4th birthday.
And tonight, as demonstrators clamored for the Israeli cabinet to approve the deal, we caught up with Hadass Calderon, overcome with worry.
So you're fighting for this deal, but you don't know that your children are actually in it.
I don't know.
5 of her family members were taken hostage, including her 16-year-old daughter, Sahar. And here, the very moment her 12-year-old son, Perez, was kidnapped by Hamas.
Why do they have to suffer so much?
Close to 50 days into this now. Let's get to Matt Gutman again in Tel Aviv tonight. Matt, what more have you learned about this tentative deal tonight?
David, we understand that the hostages could be released in batches of 10 to 12 over 4 to 5 days. It could last longer, and that's partly because some of them have been dispersed across the Gaza Strip and because some of them are being held by other groups. Now, we understand from that U.S. official that 3-year-old orphan Abigail is expected to be on that list. It's unclear if any of the other 9 missing Americans are on it as well. David.
Matt Gutman in Tel Aviv for us again tonight. Thank you, Matt. Here at home, there is heightened alert tonight with the war playing out and with the holiday approaching here in the U.S. Authorities aware there will be mass gatherings in the U.S. The FBI and Homeland Security warning that the Israel-Hamas war has, quote, created a heightened threat environment from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City to events across the country. And what the NYPD just put out tonight about the parade. Here's our senior investigative reporter, Aaron Katursky now.
Tonight, the Israel-Hamas war is bringing threats to holiday traditions here at home. A confidential assessment obtained by ABC News says the conflict is creating a heightened threat environment that's making the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York an attractive target. Foreign terror groups have called for attacks targeting public events and large gatherings. And online, there are calls to target Jewish, Muslim, and Arab communities with simple, unsophisticated attacks that are difficult to detect in advance.
What we saw on October 7th and subsequently was a real injection of energy into a broad swath of foreign and domestic extremist actors, and that's why we are deploying our resources the way we are around the city.
After Thanksgiving, another security bulletin obtained by ABC News warns of boycotts and disruptions at shopping malls and other commercial centers on Black Friday by pro-Palestinian demonstrators who say there can be no celebration while genocide takes place. A moment ago, David, the NYPD said despite the risky environment, there are no specific threats to the parade. It's giant character balloons for all the people coming out to watch. The city said it looks forward to hosting 3.5 million people along the route. David?
Let's hope it is very safe. Unsettling, though, in these times for sure. Aaron Katursky tonight, our thanks to you and to the NYPD for keeping folks safe this holiday. Meantime, we've also learned tonight that the U.S. has now launched a deadly strike in retaliation for a missile attack wounding several U.S. troops in Iraq. The Pentagon saying U.S. forces again targeted by Iranian-backed militants. Tonight, the U.S. responding, and here's our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, tonight.
Tonight, American retaliatory airstrikes in Iraq after U.S. forces came under fire from Iran-backed militants. The Pentagon says the militants fired a close-range ballistic missile at the Al-Assad air base in western Iraq, leaving at least 8 Americans with minor injuries. Even before tonight's retaliatory strikes, an American AC-130 gunship that had been flying near Al-Assad fired on the militants as they jumped into nearby vehicles.
The AC-130 was able to determine the point of origin from where the close-range ballistic missile was fired to the base. This self-defense strike resulted in some hostile fatalities.
U.S. forces have been attacked more than 65 times in Iraq and Syria since mid-October, injuring as many as 70 Americans. In response to those earlier attacks, the U.S. conducted 3 separate pre-planned airstrikes, leveling some weapons storage areas in Syria and what the Pentagon says was a command center for the Iranian-backed militants. Those U.S. airstrikes are meant to punish and deter those Iranian-backed forces, but the militant attacks just keep coming despite those efforts. Also tonight, a new warning from the White House that Iran is considering sending ballistic missiles to Russia for use in Ukraine. David?
Martha Raddatz live in Washington. Martha, thank you. Tonight, the U.S. Navy is investigating why one of its planes overshot the runway while landing in Hawaii, ending up in the water. All 9 crew members escaped unhurt. It was cloudy and rainy on Oahu at the time. First responders installing a floating barrier right there around the plane to protect the environment. The crew was on a training mission at the time. We turn now to the gunman who opened fire inside a Walmart in Ohio. It happened in Beaver Creek near Dayton, wounding 4 people before turning the gun on himself. Tonight, the police body camera video showing officers in pursuit through that store and what we're now learning about the possible motive. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
Where's he at?
Tonight, an investigation underway as authorities search for a motive and answers after a gunman opened fire inside this Ohio Walmart, wounding 4 people.
Active shooter inside Walmart.
The chaos unfolding about 8:30 p.m. Monday. Police say a man walked right into this Dayton area Walmart with a long gun.
The man, later identified as 20-year-old Benjamin Charles Jones of Dayton, Ohio, started shooting.
Frantic shoppers taking cover, calling 911.
He's shooting. He's shooting.
He's shooting?
Jones critically wounding 3 adults, all shoppers. Another sustaining non-life-threatening injuries.
We need an ambulance now. She got shot in her head or she fell and busted her head with something. Like, there's a lot of blood.
Body camera video showing officers responding, combing through the store to locate the shooter, finding him minutes later after police say he shot and killed himself.
Shooter down, self-inflicted gunshot wound.
And David, local authorities are now working with the FBI as they examine the suspect's background. Walmart says they are cooperating with the investigation. David?
Alex Perez reporting tonight. Thank you, Alex. Meantime, tonight, the urgent manhunt across state lines for a suspect accused of shooting 4 people in Colorado in a dispute over his property line. He's been caught tonight in New Mexico, and here's Kana Whitworth.
Tonight, the search for a man suspected of shooting and killing 3 people and critically injuring another in this rural Colorado town is now over. Police say 45-year-old Han Mi Clark was arrested in New Mexico a little more than 24 hours after he opened fire in this wooded area over an argument with his neighbors about property lines.
The suspect
and at least one of the victims have been in previous civil disputes about property lines and easements.
It was late Monday night when police had ordered residents to lock down and shelter in place while a SWAT team engaged in an hours-long standoff. Police searching from the ground and the sky.
We were aided by night vision, thermal imaging, and drones, as well as an extensive foot search.
According to authorities, it was during that time Clark managed to slip past police and escape in a white Dodge Ram pickup truck. And tonight, Clark is in custody, peacefully arrested in a traffic stop by New Mexico State Police.
And tonight, David, authorities say the woman who survived is now improving at a local trauma center, but her husband and 2 others were killed. David.
Kana Whitworth reporting in. Kana, thank you. Tonight, one of the largest corporate penalties in U.S. history involving the largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance. The company paying roughly $4 billion to the Justice Department. Its founder and CEO, Changpeng Zhao, pleading guilty to a felony charge for failure to prevent money laundering on the platform, paying a $50 million fine himself. When we come back here tonight, the very large oil spill right off the U.S. coast tonight, more than 1 million gallons of crude oil. Also, the mystery illness affecting dogs across the country and what to look for. And remembering a major league great tonight. Tonight, the U.S. Coast Guard is trying to clean up a large oil spill off the Louisiana coast, more than 1 million gallons of crude oil. It may have come from a pipeline nearly 20 miles offshore, the oil slick up to 4 miles wide. Skimming vessels trying to remove the oil amid concern it could threaten endangered species. Tonight, a mystery respiratory illness affecting dogs. Vets say symptoms include coughing, sneezing, and exhaustion. The condition could lead to pneumonia or worse. Cases have turned up in several states, including more than 200 cases in Oregon alone. Authorities say if you're concerned, you should reach out to your vet. When we come back here tonight, remembering a Major League Baseball star, also the Rolling Stones, the U.S. tour and where they start, and perhaps the best Thanksgiving gift ever. To the Index, and we learned today that former Detroit Tigers relief pitcher Willie Hernández has died. Winner of the American League MVP Award, the AL Cy Young Award, and the World Series, all in 1984. One of only 3 players to win all 3 in the same season. Willie Hernández was 69. Tonight, the Rolling Stones making it official. They're hitting the road. Just after debuting their new album with Lady Gaga and other artists on the album, too, the new Hackney Diamonds tour kicks off in April now, starting in Houston, scheduled to perform in 16 cities in the U.S. and in Canada. When we come back, the gifts that just arrived in many homes across this country, they might be the best Thanksgiving gifts ever. Finally tonight, coming home for good, a Thanksgiving to remember. Tonight on this Thanksgiving week, the remarkable gifts. From Denver to Charleston to Sarasota, the families very grateful this year. November is National Adoption Month, and in every corner of America, what they're calling adoption days in courthouses across the country. In Chicago, 13 adoptions in just one day.
I will go ahead and sign the judgment order.
Joseph Castile getting his forever home.
Just to have a permanent home and not have to move around and just have that sense of comfort.
In Milwaukee, 24 children adopted. Mom and new daughter, Zari.
And today your adoption day?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so exciting. We're all here for you.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad, Mandy and Ben Miller, adopting 3-year-old Zari. They've been fostering her since she was just 4 weeks old. Now it's official. And with us tonight,
hi, David.
Zari, her parents, and now her 4 siblings.
Happy Thanksgiving! This year we're so thankful for our village of family and friends around us.
And in Phoenix, 80 children have been adopted. 9-year-old Michelle, who has special needs, among them.
It is my joy to announce that the petitioners and the child shall now bear to each other the relationship of parent and child.
Her mom and dad, Tiffany and Brandon McClure.
Congratulations.
And right here tonight, the McClure family.
Happy Thanksgiving, David.
With what they're thankful for this Thanksgiving.
This year we're thankful because we finally got to adopt who, boys?
Happy Thanksgiving.
The best Thanksgiving gifts ever. That's what the holiday's about. I'm David Muir. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.